The next topic it is what makes election in India democratic. How we are conducting our election democratic way that we are going to see. We get to read a lot about unfair practices in election. Newspapers and television reports often refer to such allegations. Most of these reports are about the following: inclusion of false names and exclusion of genuine names in the voters list. They will include false names, those who died, like that person's name, all they will keep in the voters list, and who are genuine are those who completed to 18 years this year, like that names they may not, they will exclude from the list. That is the one of the unfair method what we are using. Misuse of government facilities and officials by ruling party. If the ruling party, they will help the same party members to conduct election, maybe with the help of government officials, or they are taking the vehicles, like that many way they are helping the elections. Especially the ruling party will help the ruling party candidate. Then excessive use of money by rich candidates and big parties. That is quite that one what is happening here in Tamil Nadu or many other states. Rich parties and rich candidates, they will spend much money to give free items to the people. Even sometimes they are giving directly money, sometimes they are giving some gift like cloth or television, like the house, like that things. Intimidation of the voters and drugging of the polling day. They are giving like that the when they are going for election, they will give the means like that hint to whom we want to elect. If you are giving like that something, they, sometimes we can see on that day also they are coming with vehicles and taking us to polling booth, especially those who are means weak or the elderly, those who can't work. And by that they will get that that people that will get inspiration to vote for the party who help them to cast their vote. That is different, like the different way they are doing like this unfair methods that we are used to reading the newspaper. Many of these reports are correct. We feel unhappy and we read or see such reports, but unfortunately they are not on such a scale so as to defeat the very purpose of the election. Even though we are having like this some problems in our country, not only in our country, everywhere, but the purpose of election to select our representative. In front of that, this greater purpose, like these small things we can ignore, like that they are saying. But things are changing nowadays. The things are becoming more and more. In olden days, very few things we was hearing. Nowadays, even the from the top leaders of the party also including in these activities. Then this became clear if we ask a basic question: can a party win an election and come to power not because it has popular support but through electoral malpractices? We are thinking like that, if they are doing malpractices, are they able to come to means the power, like that? Then we have seen the last year reports, means 2019 and 20 reports, and the cases going on in the high courts and Supreme Court. Near about 300 places the BJP they done the malpractices, like that we are hearing. We are not quite sure about it happened or not, case is going on, but we are hearing like that they done some malpractices in the EVM machine, like that they came into the power, like that we are hearing. So when the result is coming after the judgment of the Supreme Courts and High Courts, we will come to know what is exactly happening. So the malpractices are there nowadays. Number of the malpractices, it is increasing. Then this is a vital question. Let us carefully examine various aspects of this question. First one, independent election commission. We are having election commission, but again question is, election commission is appointed by the president is appointed by the parliament. So the everything having the connection. So our election commission is that much independent or not? Last year we have seen that independent judiciary, like that independent election commission also totally independent body when we are considering with the judiciary equally they are independent. But what is happening that we want to think the corruption is everywhere, not only in party, in our personal life also we are making small corruptions at home also, in the school also. Same way, that the same thing happening in the bigger way in the bigger political parties. Okay, one simple way of checking whether the election are fair or not is to look at the who conduct the election, who is conducting election, that is the election commission. Are they independent of the government, or can the government or the ruling party influence or pressurize them? Do they have enough power to be able to conduct free and fair election? Do they actually use these powers? The many questions they are asking. How are they able to conduct independent election or not? Government is giving any influence or pressurizing them? Naturally there will be some pressure, there will be some influence. Are they going, influence is coming or pressure is coming, but are they acting according to that or not? That is the question. The answer to all these questions is quite positive for our country. In our country, elections are conducted by an independent and very powerful election commission. Please underline what is EC, election commission. We are having independent as well as powerful election commission. It enjoys the same kind of independence that the judiciary enjoys. When we discuss the key points, that time we have said the same thing. You can underline. The Chief Election Commissioner, CEC, is appointed by President of India. Please underline who is appointing the Chief Election Commissioner. But once appointed, the Chief Election Commissioner is not answerable to the President or the government. Election Commissioner no need to say answer to the President, how you conducted election, like that question, to the President or the government. Even if the ruling party or the government does not like what the commission does, it is virtually impossible for it to remove the election commission. Very difficult to remove the election commissioner once if they appointed, even though they don't like ruling party or president don't like the activities or the attitude of the election commissioner. Very few election commissions in the world have such a wide ranging power as an election commission of India. Then we are going to see the election commission, what all things they are doing, duties and responsibilities. You can write inside duties of the election commission. Election commission takes decision on every aspects of conduct and control of elections, from the announcement of election to the declaration of the result. Who is taking the decision? Election commission. What? In every aspects of the election, from the announcement of the election to the declaration of the result. And it implement the code of conduct and punish any candidate or party that violates its. The election if announced, then the candidate as well as party want to keep the code of conduct that we have seen already. If somebody is violating, then they will get punishment. Then not only to the individual, even to the party. During the election period, the election commission can order the government to follow some guidelines. Government will get some of the guidelines from election commission. For what? To prevent the use and misuse of the government power to enhance its chances to win the election. The same ruling party, they may use or misuse the governmental power to get power again. For to prevent that one, what they are giving some of the guidelines, or to transfer some government official. Usually they are giving some of the transfers. When on election duty, government officers work under the control of the election commissioner, not the government. If the government school teachers or the like the different department, they are coming for election duty, that time when they are on the duty days, their election duty days, that time they want to obey election commission only, not to their particular departments. In the last 25 years or so, the election commission has begun to exercise all its power, even expand them. Then last year you might have heard like that one of the former election commissioner died, like the TN Session. When he was the power means as a chief election commissioner, That time onwards, we ordinary people started to hear about the power of the election commission. Up to that time, it was not that much powerful. He came in 1990s, starting of the 1990s, and that time onwards means near about 30 years or 25 years completed. But that time onwards, we can see the election commission, they started to use its power. It is very common now for the election commission to reprimand the government and the administration for its lapses. When the election officials come to the opinion that polling was not fair in the some booths or even an entire constituency, they order a report. They use, if the polling was not conducted properly, then they used to say for report. Please underline report. The ruling parties often do not like what the election commission does. That is quite natural, because they want to get the chance to rule second time, but that's why they won't like that things, but they have to obey. This would not have happened if the election commission was not independent and powerful. Why the ruling party they are obeying the election commission? Because it is powerful as well as independent. Okay, we'll continue in next video.